Hello, friends. We're going to be reading the story Thanksgiving Is by Gail Gibbons. Thanksgiving is the Pilgrims. In September 1620, a group of passengers from Plymouth, England, sailed in search of a new home. These men, women, and children were called pilgrims. They wanted freedom to worship in their own way, which they had not been allowed to do. They crossed the Atlantic Ocean on a small ship called the Mayflower. Their voyage was difficult. They sailed through many storms. At last, after a long voyage, they came ashore at what is now Plymouth, Massachusetts. The Pilgrims began to build their homes. Winter came with its cold winds. The Pilgrims had little food to eat. The Native Americans. Two famous Native Americans helped the settlers, Squanto and Massasoit. When spring finally arrived, the Pilgrims were grateful. The Native Americans taught them how to grow the food that they themselves ate. Also, they taught the Pilgrims how to be better hunters. During the growing season, the crops grew and grew. The fall harvest was plentiful. The Pilgrims wanted to be thankful for the food that they had and were happy they had enough food to last the winter. So here's the first Thanksgiving. There was a great feast. The Native Americans were invited. It was the Pilgrims' first Thanksgiving, the fall of 1621. The first Thanksgiving lasted 3 days. In 1863, President Abraham Lincoln proclaimed the last Thursday of November to be Thanksgiving Day. This was the first nationally declared holiday. Well, it was the first nationally declared Thanksgiving Day of the United States. And then President Roosevelt made a change to it and declared that the Thanksgiving Day would be the fourth Thursday of November. So every month of November, every time we have November, the fourth Thursday, which you can see on our calendar here, 1, 2, 3, 4, is Thanksgiving Day. So it doesn't matter what number it is, the date. It just matters about it being the fourth Thursday. So now family and friends come together to share good times. It is time for loving and sharing. Tables are filled with many of the same foods the Pilgrims shared with the Native Americans. There is turkey, stuffing, cranberries, sweet potatoes, beans, squash, cornbread, and other good things to eat. And the desserts. There's pumpkin pie, mincemeat pie, bread pudding, baked apples, all kinds of treats. Sometimes people send Thanksgiving cards. They may give plants or flowers when they visit others. And sometimes people play games. Families and friends may play outside or go to a game. A lot of people like to play football or watch football on TV on Thanksgiving. There are plays about the Pilgrims and the Native Americans who helped them. And parades. There are floats, bands, and big balloons. So usually on Thanksgiving Day, there's a big parade somewhere. Usually there's a big one in New York City. Thanksgiving is sharing and remembering others. Thanksgiving is giving thanks for many blessings. And that's the end. I hope you enjoyed the story. Bye-bye.